back for the second film, so I would love for you to compare your first day on set of Dune Part 1 and your last day on set of Dune Part 2, and maybe how different these days felt for you.
Part 1 is an introductory movie anyway. You're introducing the characters. It's kind of, you're introducing more the cosmetics of what Frank Herbert wants you to believe in the beginning. It's like Gurney's very, intense and brutal and you gotta be a man and you gotta be all this kind of stuff. And then yet when you see him for the first time in Dune 2, he's more heartbroken. He's, he thinks he's lost everybody. Yeah. He's more despondent, and then that works itself up into seeing Paul's trajectory and becoming Muad'Dib. I think it's a great trajectory of all the characters, there's supporting characters and there's lead characters. Paul's the lead character, but everybody feels, in the way Denis deals with it, everybody feels like a lead character because of their conviction in what they're doing. So, I think everybody's going through fluctuations of something.
And you already mentioned it. You had to analyze this character again, I feel like, for Dune Part 2. Yeah. Was there an aspect that you noticed in this film that maybe changed the way you see your role?
Yeah, because there was 9 months in between when you last see Gurney and then when you see Gurney now. And we talked a lot about, people asked you, do you get together with Timothée and talk about your characters and all that? And it was like, no, we talked about that space of time that you don't get to see, and what happened, and how he feels now, and how grumpy he is now, and how heartbroken he is now. And then it just kind of lends to what you would be like when you're reunited, and the love that Gurney feels for Paul. And yeah, that's it.
How did Timothée and you actually approach this kind of relationship in any way?
I don't think we needed to. I think it was already there. I think it was personally there. What I've seen Timothée go through from 23 to, I think he's 28 now, is a major thing. And the attention that he had. When he was just a young kid that had never done a big movie before, and he was kind of lost, and like, what do I do? And what is this thing? And how do I feel? And he didn't know Denis yet, and now he has a whole relationship with everybody. It's a very familial thing that you can't describe, because when you're going through it, you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're surrounded by 100 kilometers of sand, and you're not able to leave one another. So it's like a family.
You're stuck.
There's love, there's hate, there's this, there's that, there's little dramas that everybody goes through, but it's very memorable.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it was good.
And I feel like with sci-fi, it's like either you hate it or you love it. I don't know if you agree, but I know you're a big sci-fi fan.
I was early.
Yeah.
I wasn't after that. I mean, I think it was my first foray into literature. So I read Ray Bradbury, Isaac Asimov, and then I ended up reading Dune when I was probably 15 or something. Oh, okay. But sci-fi was the beginning that just kind of exploded my brain into making me realize that I didn't have to live in my reality all the time, which I loved. I liked going back and forth, and I've always loved reading. But then I got into other things, Western literature, French literature, and then all. And so it's been nice to be able to revisit it, because it's kind of like being a kid again.
Do you think that makes sci-fi films like this so popular, or books even, that you can escape reality because it's so much fantasy in it?
Well, I think when I was a kid, I looked at it like an escape, but now I look at it differently because of the mirror on reality, and Frank Herbert's his kind of sensitivity to ecological issues. I think it's behaviorally, it's amazing that everybody can identify with a coming of age story. Everybody can identify with adolescent love and how you feel, and what's the difference between lust and love and this and that, family, So I think there's a lot of aspects that can become interactive when you watch something like this, which I didn't see that when I was a kid. It's very profound to me. Yeah. It's a very profound story and profound movie to me.
Ich werde dich lieben, solange ich atme. Das ist keine Prophezeiung, das ist eine Geschichte.
Mich interessiert nicht, was du glaubst. Ich glaube daran.